I'm Simon Andrews, principal with Graphic Solutions. We've been doing community identification and comprehensive sign programs for cities and downtowns, as well as private projects around the Southwest for 35 years now. But my interest has always been in graphics and design. Throughout my whole life, since I was a little kid, I always went to after school and summer classes and weekend classes in art and design and film and so forth. So these things have sort of always worked together, and I've found a way to meld the two. Lucky for me. There was some discussion in the community, well, what should they do first? Should we market with a sign? Should we put up some banners? Or should we maybe do the landscape, focus on that? And the community decided that, well, we really want to make our brand known. We're going to let it be known that we're out here. It came about, originally there was a revitalization plan for this commercial district. It was known as Mid-City. At the time, the president, I guess, of the association, the Business Improvement District, which was fairly new, Brent Klingman, he said, no, we need to make a statement about who we are. He was quite aggressive, very passionate guy. So then the next thing was to get some design concepts in front of the community. And as I mentioned, Brent Klingman, he had his ideas about what the sign should look like and what it should say. And then there were some other members in the community who had some strong feelings about that as well. And of course we had our recommendations, our thoughts as well. But we had a couple of meetings, a series of meetings, and we presented some ideas. The type style, first of all, and the colors, the coral, it was originally coral and kind of teal, sort of sea green color, those colors, and type style, all representative of the 50s, plus the kind of chrome of the letters, the letter faces. All those things are very representative of the 50s, the heyday, the ultimate, really the heyday of this boulevard, the boulevard, when all the car dealers were here in town, when drive-in restaurants prevailed, girls on roller skates, the whole thing. It's before the freeway, Highway 8, was developed as an alternative. So immediately before that, so its peak was in the 50s, and so it seemed like it was the perfect theme for this sign. One sort of strong feeling of ours was that the sign didn't need to say El Cajon Boulevard. That was well marked. It wouldn't make sense to put Mid-City on the sign, as the consultants had shown before, because that had no meaning to the place. It sounded pretty boring. Mid-City, what's that? And so we proposed the Boulevard, and we had shown that in different kinds of type styles and different ways. There was one that was all script and so forth. We knew that it was going to be in the median because it was going to be cheaper than doing a spanning sign. This is a very broad street. It's got 8 lanes, including parking lanes, and a big median in the middle. It would be cost prohibitive to try to do a sign that spans that. At the time, for probably half the cost, we could do a sign in the median. So there is really only one significant boulevard in San Diego, this 7-mile-long El Cajon Boulevard, and this is the western end of it, where historic Highway 80 begins. So it's perfect. Eventually, we overcame. The councilwoman's representative, Jeff Marston at the time, walked into the final community meeting and said, "Okay, folks, if you don't make a decision tonight, the councilwoman is going to lose her patience with the process, and she'll find another use for the funds." And that was a great catalyst for getting a decision made. And at that point said, okay, the majority went along with our proposal to call it the Boulevard rather than El Cajon Boulevard. We still recognize El Cajon Boulevard in the subtext of the sign, but the Boulevard was bought into. And the best part of the story is that on the night of the dedication, Brent Klingman came up to me and said, he was glowing. He said, "Yeah, this is the way it should be." He was so pleased. And so there was no regrets at all. So everybody was pleased by the time we had the dedication. Thanks to my staff, and thanks to you folks and the Business Association for keeping it alive, having a party for a sign. How many people would think of having a 20-year birthday party for a sign? What a great idea. I've noticed, this logo prevails on banners today and on the Business Improvement District's letterhead and all their marketing materials. So the lasting impact of the brand, the usefulness of the brand, that's very gratifying, the most positive thing.